It looked like everything was falling apart, but that may have been exactly what set up the biggest comeback of the entire project. When Matt Armstrong's Bugatti body kit became the center of online criticism, many people believed the rebuild had reached a dead end. What almost no one realized was that behind the scenes, he was already working on a completely different plan. As the Venom body kit continued to face heavy criticism from viewers and industry experts, Armstrong quietly secured a genuine factory-spec replacement that had the potential to transform the entire project. Instead of reacting to the backlash, he stayed focused on a solution that very few people saw coming. The Venom kit disaster. What was supposed to be the biggest moment of the build quickly became its biggest problem. When the $700,000 Venom body kit finally arrived, excitement disappeared almost instantly. Instead of turning the Bugatti Chiron into a masterpiece, the kit shocked everyone for the wrong reasons. The internet reacted immediately. Thousands of comments flooded social media, with many calling the design unfinished and poorly made. Some even joked that it looked like something created by a teenager in a racing game. The criticism spread fast, and before long, the kit became an example of how a dream project could go terribly wrong. But the damage went far beyond appearance. Every negative comment raised doubts about the entire build. At the center of it all was Matt Armstrong, the man trusted to install the kit. Suddenly, every decision he made was being judged by millions of viewers. Still, Armstrong refused to argue online. He didn't blame the manufacturer or defend himself with emotional posts. Instead, he stayed focused on finding a solution. Walking away was never an option. The kit had already been paid for, the project was public, and his client, Alex Gonzalez, trusted him to finish the job. Any public confrontation could have damaged that relationship and hurt Armstrong's reputation. The pressure was even greater because of Bugatti's strict control over replacement parts. The company tightly manages its supply chain through VIN-locked components and approved suppliers, making independent rebuilds extremely difficult. If this project failed, it would only strengthen the belief that factory parts are the only reliable option. So Armstrong kept working. Hour after hour, he adjusted, trimmed, and reshaped the panels, trying to make the kit fit as well as possible. While viewers saw a struggling project, they had no idea another plan was quietly taking shape behind the scenes. His silence wasn't a sign of defeat. It was the patience of someone preparing a much bigger move. The failed Venom kit was only the beginning of a story that was about to take an unexpected turn. Armstrong's quiet strategy. As criticism grew louder, Armstrong remained surprisingly calm. Many expected him to defend the project or blame the company behind the kit, but he stayed silent. No online arguments, no excuses, just work. Some people thought his silence meant he had accepted defeat. Others believed the project was finished. In reality, Armstrong was doing the exact opposite. The moment he realized the kit had serious problems, he began planning another way forward. Instead of creating more drama, he quietly contacted trusted experts and started preparing a backup solution away from the cameras. He understood that publicly attacking the kit could embarrass his client, hurt future partnerships, and support Bugatti's claim that independent Bugatti rebuilds cannot succeed. Protecting the project was more important than winning an argument. Inside the workshop, Armstrong continued improving the Venom kit while secretly developing another option. He balanced the immediate challenge with a long-term solution, proving that great builders solve problems instead of complaining about them. What looked like weakness was actually patience. While the internet focused on failure, Armstrong was building the comeback that no one saw coming. The hidden backup plan. Although Armstrong never announced it, small details in his videos hinted that another project was already underway. In one scene, viewers briefly spotted a carbon fiber body panel that looked nothing like the Venom parts. Its finish matched the original Bugatti Chiron Pour Sport panel, suggesting that a factory-style replacement was being developed. Another clue appeared for just a moment. An email on Armstrong's laptop mentioned Chiron Pour Sport panel specs confirmed. It pointed to Motorsport Composites UK, a company known for producing high-quality carbon fiber components for Formula One and endurance racing teams. Rather than depending on the flawed Venom kit, Armstrong had quietly partnered with experienced carbon fiber specialists to recreate factory-quality Bugatti panels with precision, but without Bugatti's logos or involvement. This was a bold move against Bugatti's strict control over replacement parts. The company uses its VIN lock system to stop independent repairs, making it difficult for owners to buy original panels outside its official network. A small clue later appeared in one of Armstrong's videos. A workshop calendar had July 25th circled with the words, "Panels arrive." It quietly revealed that his backup plan was already becoming reality. While viewers watched him struggle with the Venom kit, they had no idea a much better solution was already being built behind the scenes. Armstrong knew from the start that the Venom kit was a gamble. It could fail because of poor quality or public criticism. Instead of hoping for the best, he protected the project by paying for a second option himself. He never charged the customer for this extra work. His goal was simple: deliver a finished car that met the highest standards no matter what happened. This decision showed that Armstrong was thinking several steps ahead. He didn't just react to problems, he anticipated them, created a backup plan, and made sure the project could still succeed. His replacement panels weren't just fixing a mistake, they were protecting his reputation and the quality of the build. The secret project also hinted at something much bigger. By creating factory-quality panels outside Bugatti's network, Armstrong showed that skilled engineers could produce genuine replacements without relying on the manufacturer or paying huge factory prices.
What first looked like a failed body kit slowly became part of a much bigger strategy. The backup panels had the potential not only to save the Chiron rebuild, but also to challenge Bugatti's tight control over its cars. Engineering the backup panels. Making these replacement panels was far from easy. Armstrong teamed up with Motorsport Composites UK, a company respected in professional motorsport for producing high-quality carbon fiber parts. Their experience includes supplying components for Formula One and endurance racing teams, where accuracy and strength are essential. Choosing them was no accident. Armstrong wanted panels that would equal or even improve on factory quality. The biggest challenge was reverse engineering the original Bugatti parts. Using careful measurements, technical drawings, and detailed inspections, the team recreated every curve, edge, and mounting point with incredible precision. These were not ordinary aftermarket panels. They were built from real carbon fiber using the correct weave, finish, and dimensions. Unlike the cheaper materials used in the Venom kit, these panels were designed to match the engineering standards of the original Chiron. That alone challenged Bugatti's repair system. The company depends on VIN-locked parts and approved dealers to control who can repair its cars. Armstrong proved that perfectly fitting replacement panels could be made without factory approval or official branding. The cost made the project even more impressive. Even if Bugatti had agreed to sell the parts, they likely would have cost far more. Armstrong paid for the entire backup plan himself because protecting the build and his reputation mattered more than the money. Quality remained the top priority throughout production. Every stage, from laying the carbon fiber to curing and finishing the panels, was carefully checked. Armstrong stayed in close contact with the fabricators to make sure every detail met the standard expected of a multi-million-dollar hypercar. The racing experience of Motorsport Composites UK brought another advantage. Their knowledge of aerodynamics, weight reduction, and extremely tight manufacturing tolerances meant the panels would fit perfectly while preserving the Chiron's performance and safety. This was much more than copying bodywork. It was a serious engineering achievement. Even while this work continued, almost nobody knew it existed. The public only saw Armstrong fighting with the failed Venom kit. Behind closed doors, however, a far better solution was quietly moving toward completion. Challenging Bugatti's control. Bugatti controls much more than the cars it builds. Through VIN locks, supplier agreements, and strict parts policies, the company keeps most repairs inside its official dealer network. Owners often face massive repair bills and long delays because independent shops cannot easily buy genuine components. Armstrong's project challenged that system head-on. By creating a separate supply chain with an expert composites company, he proved the real limitation wasn't technology, it was control. The knowledge, equipment, and skill needed to build factory-level panels already existed outside Bugatti's network. His success also questioned Bugatti's biggest argument, that only factory parts can guarantee proper quality and safety. These independently built panels matched factory standards without official branding or inflated prices, proving that high-quality alternatives are possible. For Bugatti owners, especially Chiron and Veyron drivers, this could be a major breakthrough. Many have faced enormous repair quotes or been told certain parts simply weren't available. Some cars have even been written off because factory repairs became too expensive. An independent solution like Armstrong's could change that by giving owners another path to keep their cars on the road. The impact reaches beyond one Chiron rebuild. It raises bigger questions about ownership, repair rights, and manufacturer control in the luxury car industry. Armstrong's work shows that with the right expertise, independent companies can compete with factory standards and give owners more freedom over the cars they already own. What started as a backup plan may end up becoming one of the most important challenges Bugatti's repair system has ever faced. This isn't just about saving money, it's about proving a much bigger point. By creating factory-level replacement panels outside Bugatti's official network, Matt Armstrong is proving that top-quality restoration doesn't have to come directly from the manufacturer. His project challenges the long-standing belief that only Bugatti can return one of its cars to factory condition. Instead, he's showing that skilled independent builders can achieve the same level of precision, craftsmanship, and attention to detail without needing corporate approval. That idea alone could change the industry. For years, luxury car brands have relied on exclusive parts and limited access to keep tight control over repairs. But every successful independent restoration weakens that control. As more specialists prove they can match factory standards, it becomes harder to justify high prices, restricted parts, and the claim that only the manufacturer is capable of doing the job properly. Armstrong isn't leading a loud protest, he's letting the results speak for themselves. And if his approach succeeds, many other builders may be encouraged to follow the same path, creating a future where owners have more freedom over their own cars. But the biggest moment is still to come. The countdown has already begun for what could become one of the most talked about automotive reveals on YouTube. As July 25th draws closer, the arrival of the newly built carbon fiber panels represents much more than another shipment of parts. It marks the turning point in a project that many people believed had already failed. What looked like the end of the Chiron rebuild may actually become the beginning of its greatest chapter. When Matt Armstrong finally reveals the car, he'll likely do what he has always done: stay honest and let the work speak for itself. Instead of blaming anyone for the failed Venom kit, he'll explain how that experience became an important lesson. Every problem uncovered helped shape a better solution, giving him valuable knowledge about fitment, carbon fiber construction, and the exact standards required for a Bugatti. He is also expected to recognize Alex Gonzalez for believing in the project from the beginning. Their partnership proves that even major setbacks can lead to better ideas when everyone stays focused on the final goal. Then comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. The new panels from Motorsport Composites UK finally take center stage. These are not ordinary replacement parts. They're built to factory specifications using premium carbon fiber, designed to match the original Bugatti panels with incredible accuracy. Once installed, they could completely transform the Chiron Pure Sport and erase the doubts surrounding the earlier body kit. More importantly, they'll challenge one of the biggest assumptions in the hypercar world, that independent builders simply can't match factory quality. If everything performs as expected, many of the people who criticized the project could soon change their minds. What was once called a failure may become one of the smartest recovery plans ever seen on YouTube. Instead of being remembered for a body kit that didn't work, Armstrong could be remembered for finding a better solution that few believed was possible. His reputation would grow beyond that of a talented mechanic. It would establish him as someone who solves problems through planning, persistence, and smart engineering. The impact stretches far beyond this single Bugatti. Every successful step in this rebuild raises new questions about how manufacturers control parts, repairs, and ownership. If independent companies can produce components that meet factory standards, the argument that owners have only one option becomes much harder to defend. That could encourage greater competition, lower restoration costs, and give skilled specialists more opportunities than ever before. Throughout the entire journey, Armstrong has remained calm, patient, and committed to doing the job properly. He never allowed public criticism to distract him. Instead, he stayed focused on finding the right solution, even when it required more time, money, and effort than anyone expected. In the end, this story is about much more than rebuilding an expensive hypercar. It's about refusing to accept limits, challenging old ways of thinking, and proving that determination can accomplish what many believe is impossible. Sometimes the biggest victories begin with a very public setback. Matt Armstrong's journey is a reminder that patience, preparation, and believing in your vision can turn disappointment into history. And if this comeback unfolds the way many expect, it may be remembered as one of the greatest independent automotive restorations ever documented.